Welcome back. As we promised, we are going to shed light on the latest report which was released by the WHO or the World Health Organization regarding the Egyptian efforts and the Egyptian success to combat hepatitis C or the liver viruses in general. To shed more light on this, we are very much delighted to have with us Professor Dr. Mohamed Al-Arab, the founder of the liver department in the Cancer Institute here in Egypt. A very good morning to you, Professor Al-Arab.
Good morning.
Sir, the latest report which was released by the WHO regarding the Egyptian success in combating hepatic viruses in general is really a message to the whole world that we are on the right track. First, how do you see this report and how do you see the efforts exerted on the ground by the political leadership and by Egypt to combat viruses?
As we know, Egypt had good achievement in combating viral hepatitis, especially Hep C virus. As we know, the presidential initiative of 1 million health that screens more than 62 million persons for Hep C and for non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. And for Hep C, we detect in that campaign about 2 million persons suffer from Hep C, and more than 90% of them had already treated by this initiative, and more than 90% of them totally be free from hepatitis C. And as we know, the WHO announced that Egypt has a good plan and good achievement for the control of hepatitis C, and they said about Egypt to be a model for all the countries how to deal with this problem. As we know, the virus C was the first public health problem in Egypt before 2015.
And here I can say clearly that Egypt is free from hepatitis C.
Please tell me again, please.
Sir, I can see this frankly, clearly, obviously, loudly that Egypt is virus C free.
Yes. We now plan for Egypt to be the first country worldwide to be announced by WHO for the free of virus C. As you know, scientifically speaking, that for the elimination of the virus, that the incidence of that virus to be less than 1% of the population.
Yeah. And of course, we want to prevent this from happening again. Can we shed more light on the most important precautions and steps to be taken by us, by the citizens, to avoid being infected with this virus?
Yes. This is a good question, actually. So the important thing that don't share personal care items. This important thing that many items that we use on daily basis will occasionally be exposed to blood, like razors and scissors and even toothbrush. And so please, for everyone to be personal things to be separated and for only use of the person.
Yeah.
And for the health care, as we know, in the hospital and so on, as we know, never share needles and avoid to direct exposure to blood or blood products.
Yes. Sir, also, if you permit me, I wanted to talk more about other viruses, as the report spoke about the Egyptian success in combating liver viruses in general. So A and B are also very dangerous. But for us, or maybe for the layman in the street, he or she would think only of virus C. But let's shed more light on the other dangerous viruses, because they may cause threats to our health if we do not take care.
Yes, yes. So we know not that virus hepatitis, not hepatitis C only. We know that for the hepatitis B also, but thanks to God that the incidence and the prevalence of Hep B in Egypt is so. We know that less than 1% of the population suffer from hepatitis B, and very few cases of HIV. So actually we have a national program to combat this virus by the National Committee for Control of Viral Hepatitis, and they belong centers in all our 27 governors.
Yeah. Sir, also, fortunately, with the Egyptian success in combating liver viruses and particularly virus C, now, or not now, we started earlier to receive patients from whether our Arab allies, Arab countries, or our African allies, and it seems that this is our destiny. Egypt is always the big sister, and to continue with offering the health service to other nationalities, this is something which should be appreciated by all. If you please elaborate on that.
We also during the campaign 3 years before, and we detect more than 60,000 Africans in Egypt suffer from hepatitis C. Excuse me, about 60,000 Africans screened for hepatitis C, and we found only 1% of them actually suffer from the virus, and all of them have been treated free of charge. Also, we constructed many centers in some African countries with the same protocol of the Egyptian experience to combat hepatitis C virus.
Yeah. Also, I cannot speak about the Egyptian success in combating viruses and to skip speaking about Gyptopharma, about the city of drugs or the pharmaceutical city. With the leap we are witnessing in many industries and particularly in pharmaceutical industry here, how do you see this issue as part and parcel of the successful story we lived by combating these viruses?
We must to say that the pharmaceutical Egyptian generic drugs for hepatitis C be the first drug used in our initiative to combat virus C, and the success rate of more than 98% of these patients have been cured by the Egyptian drugs, and at the same time, the Egyptian drugs are safe and not less than the brand one of Sovaldi and other drugs. And actually, all the world and the WHO announced that these pharmaceutical drugs are safe and efficient in the control of hepatitis C.
Yeah. Also, implementing the new health insurance system, I think it's going to play such a big role in protecting our health. And with the early detection of many diseases, whether communicable or non-communicable diseases, this is going to be another leap. This is going to keep us fit, to keep us healthy, and to prevent any repercussions or any side effects even from any viral infection. True? Sir,
Again,
can you
because
hear
the
me?
voice, yeah, the voice
Sir, I
yes.
was speaking about implementing the new health insurance system and how this is going to help with the early detection of many viral diseases, and this is going to be a leap or to be such a big step on the right path to protect our health and not to go through such painful issues like the long queues which were suffering virus C before in the past 3 decades.
Okay, if I hear correct, that the about the it's so important. Number one, to prevent any disease. Number two, about how to detect the disease earlier, and we have already in our system the protocol for the detection in all the healthcare centers belong the community to control of viral hepatitis. And actually we set to our population to increase our and general awareness about the how to take the virus. Any alarming signs like fatiguability, easy fatiguability, and so on, for anyone made any evaluation or blood donation, especially more than 10 years ago, please to go to the labor centers and all which are available in all governorates in Egypt.
Sir, you are a professor of hepatic diseases and you do see such, let us say, thousands of people suffering from these diseases. What's new right now? I mean, for example, the awareness of the patients. Is it different? They know what they are dealing with, and the number of people who are now unfortunately suffering from such diseases visiting you in the Cancer Institute. Is it decreased? Is it unfortunately going up? What?
The general awareness of population about the viral hepatitis actually be more good than before, and even about the fine things. So about the precautions, about the signs and manifestations of the virus, and how to go, and about all the procedure to perform. Now, general awareness of our population so good about how to deal with the virus in all the sectors.
Yeah, and here we should speak also about the NGOs and about Decent Life Initiative
Yes,
and about
yes.
going to the rural areas and about just giving them the utmost care and to introduce the best health service. How do you see this contributing in this from this panoramic view or from this integrated or comprehensive system for the best interest of the Egyptian citizen?
We know that NGOs, either global or national, perform and make a good job in transmission and for the cooperation with the government for the policy, any health policy about this. In Egypt, particular, for you know the initiative like Haya Karim, Noor Haya, like this, and about the care of the women and so on. About the NGOs, we know sponsor and for the donation for the this initiative. This number one. Number two, also share and the increase the general awareness of the population among many programs, and also about the any maneuver like TV, like social communication, and so on.
Professor Dr. Mohamed Azzalara, Professor of Hepatic Diseases. Thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day. And by this, we come to the end of our episode, our breakfast show. Today, you're in the company of my dear colleague and friend Amal Mukhtar and myself, Nurmina Abdurrahman. For more details and for more information, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching.